Well, you're right. In the U.S., they said basically you would have $50 left over in the nursing home, about it's like $100 or $200 in the group home when you're on Social Security. Like they know we're going around with Social Security if we have a mental illness and they're not addressing it. They're just like these rules are popping up like there's special intelligence. These obese ladies who used to be or still are stay-at-home moms going into the workforce doing this act pretty much. So yeah, you gotta say it. I mean, otherwise you're just an information person. Or you gotta let other people say it. We're not all the same. So anyway, you're saying, so yeah, I don't see how, the only reason that is because they expect our families to help. So there's nothing for adults whose parents died, pretty much if they're old enough to work. And if they're disabled, they give you special accommodations or more Social Security, or a lawyer steps in. So then it's up to them. So I'm waiting for a lawyer. I've kind of run out of money because something happened. So no one really cares. I've called these people. They're just brain dead. They never hit the button or whatever. Just nobody cares about me. But I see other people care about each other. So the only excuse I can get is, but I don't think it matters because so if you're mixed, like Asian or something, with some European maybe, or near, middle, or far Eastern, pretty much if you look European and you look more attractive than the average, no one will care about you anymore and they'll try to give you a bad life. So pretty much if you're not very mixed, like not half or something, or maybe, not enough to say, like maybe it would happen if you were a small percentage of Asian, which doesn't sound common. Might be in Europe, but I'm guessing I don't know if it is. And then near Middle Eastern and Far Eastern is a different race than Asian. So if you see an attractive person who isn't considered mixed enough to be a different race, or considered a different race, which is usually half now, I think, if it's Asian or African or possibly Native American, Indian, probably not Pacific Islander as much. So if you're not mixed and you're considered more attractive than most people, or more lucky than most people, or made a better decision than most people, have less problems, or more normal than most people pretty much, and you're not mixed, you'll be able to get ahead, or have your life. So about the money, so it'd be hard if you were, say, mixed race and your parents died and you were over 21, or maybe well over 21, or maybe at least around 30. You could still be at home. We all know that. You could still be at home and still be getting a college degree. Maybe you can't, I don't know if you would have your old job, but I guess there are special situations. So basically, the only problem would be if your parents died, you don't have aunts and uncles or something like that. So if your parents died and you're over 21 or well enough over 21, then you have problems if you end up with these situations where you get $50 or $100 or $200 a month left over, because they expect the money to come from your parents if they're not in jail, or other family, which is also weird because if your parents or remaining parent that is with you that is in jail, your relatives probably don't help. So that's probably the other situation. I think I've run into stuff kind of like that. So that's the other problem. And I don't know why they wouldn't work, but I guess it's possible that they couldn't, obviously. So yeah. And so that's one situation. Well, my situation is actually that I was gonna work, but I found the group homes didn't give you enough food, and I didn't want to stay in them, so that was my problem. And then something happened and involved my health and my money, and now I'm stuck without much money, and I'm trying to save up so I have some problems like that. And so the main problem with me was my parents died. And it wasn't like you could say, oh, they just got in a car crash, because my dad knew for 2 years he was going to die, even though my mom, I didn't know. And my dad, you could say he didn't take care of me, but so I'll probably say that. But I never thought of it, you know. So my problem was that my parents died, and I was well over 21, and I wanted to work, but they didn't feed me enough food in the group homes, and I wanted to leave, and then something happened to my health and my money, and no one cares. And my other thing was I wanted to sell insurance, and pretty much I asked them, I was in a group home, I couldn't think of anything, so I just asked them if I could finally, if I would pass. I was like, okay, I guess I'll pass. Whatever, I didn't do it. And so I ended up borrowing money for food in the end. Something else happened that distracted me, of course. It wasn't me distracting myself. And so then I couldn't sell insurance, and also I was working, and I had to borrow even a little bit more money, and finally I stopped, and my aunt said to declare bankruptcy, and I didn't look it up, and they didn't tell me anything, and I didn't know I wouldn't be able to get a cheap apartment, otherwise I might not have, if possible. But I had another problem. Who knows, I might go to the hospital. But yeah, so maybe that's what would have happened. But so the problem there was I was going to sell insurance, but it was too much to study. It seemed dishonest to whip through it, but I don't know if I could whip through it. I mean, I was just going to study. I just never could finish. It's a lot of work. It's like taking, it's almost like getting, it looks like, at least, I kept thinking it would be kind of like getting a college degree, because you could take your time, like maybe an associate's degree, or at least a certificate to be able to sell insurance. So I might as well get a certificate for something else. But that has good money, and that's what they say to do. But everyone kept telling me otherwise, so I didn't figure anything out. So anyway, yeah. It doesn't make sense. There's no such thing as staying in a nursing home or a group home and using your Social Security if you're getting the normal amount. But I got more later, but now I don't want to go back to the group home. But I could have stayed in a nursing home. I wanted to get out. So yeah, there's no such thing as staying somewhere for a while, I guess, with maybe the nursing home for 3 months, but you can't stay there longer than that. Oh yeah, I should have been out, but then it was noisy the whole time, and I couldn't figure out where to move, and they lied about something. I had to change plans, so it was complicated. So I have to get a lawyer. But yeah, those things are funny where I didn't like it where you get the Social Security, and then they can make a system where they take it away in a system that's related to the government. So really, if you're on Social Security, it's not really good for special situations, because they only leave you with $50 or like $100 or $200 a month, and otherwise you would have had, $700 or $1,000 something a month in those situations, and you can use it for food or maybe to plan on getting out. Pretty much, I guess that's enough for now. You get the picture. Bye.